Guys, we're working on a 2009 Honda 420. It's got issue shifting anyways. And the first thing I did was I got down here and I got an 8mm wrench. They come with a little tool, but I find the wrench is just easier. Just raiding past your drive shaft, there's a little manual shifter, like a nut. As you can hear, it doesn't sound very happy, but he's already put a shift motor on us. He said it worked for about 20 minutes. But it seems to me like he's got a mechanical issue as opposed to an electric shift issue. It won't shift mechanically at all, so I'm going to pull that shift motor off and see what we got in there. I'll let you know when we get there. Alright guys, we got the shift motor off. I tested it with 12 volts off the battery, and it does turn. I got a bunch of C batteries taped together here to make 6 volts. It's called a 6-volt test. The idea is basically if the motor works with half the amount of power, it should be a pretty good working motor. Just because I got the batteries taped together, we want to make sure that 5.4 volts there. They're a volt and a half each. We should have 6. But I already tried this and it won't turn. Okay. Just to show you here on the 12 volts. Let's see. Like I say, it works on the 12 volt. You can also see here that it's not in great shape on that end. You can see on the wear on the gear. Don't look very good. I still can't shift it down here mechanically yet. I'm gonna get these fenders, footwells off, and this is called a reduction cover, I think. And pull that cover off and see what seems to be jamming. I'd say water and rust, but it looks like that. Somebody might have just stuck that motor on without. Said he only got about 20 minutes out of it. But the 6-volt test is good. If it turns on the 6 volts there, it's a good motor from my experience. Alright guys, we got that reduction box off. Hard to see in there, but this is it. Before I show you that, I got a light bulb plugged in right here. I got that going to the plug that went to the motor. And what that's going to tell us is if we got any signal from our buttons, and if our buttons are talking to the ECU and all the stuff it's supposed to do. That was an upshift. Downshift. Was working repeatedly before, but we're going to call all that good for now. It's probably not shift sensing anything moving. Anyways, if you look at this here, That's the inner race of a bearing stuck on this reduction gear, which is shot because this was probably Buddy's problem all along, and they never found us. He only got 20 minutes out of that shift motor. Yeah, you always want to check this gear when you pull the shift motor off. You stick your finger in this hole, and you can give this a turn, or you should be able to give this a turn. And even if you're just putting a new shift motor on, you want to check and make sure it's not stuck. And also with these, if you spin on the ice in two-wheel drive above third gear, or in any case, not just on ice, but people get out on the ice doing donuts and stuff, two-wheel drive. What happens, it doesn't pick up the front speed sensor because the wheels aren't turning. And whatever, the computer has a fit and jams this gear up. Sometimes, if you're lucky, that's the problem. I'd say that bearing was gone all along. Motor had to work hard to turn this till it couldn't. Magnet. I'll tell you what's funny is I'm not finding, oh yeah, maybe pieces of balls, hard to say. All this shit definitely ain't supposed to be in there. Maybe a ball bearing there. There. Yeah, it's a bugger of a spot for a bearing to go. First, we'll try and get us done with the engine in there, but worst case, we pull the engine out, I guess. Just gonna make sure this can shift with a wrench now. We can. Lift. Finished. Well, that was fifth to neutral, so.
Here are the parts, guys, that we're going to need to complete the job on the Honda 420. Here we have the reduction gear cover. You can see the part number if you need it. There's the bearing that had come apart. We do have to replace this shift motor because the other one did get damaged. There's your reduction gear. So this one has 10 teeth on one side and 84 on the other. This is what we assumed was the issue right from the very beginning. Here we have the oil seal that we're going to need. And this is the reduction gear shifter. So all the part numbers are there. Alright guys, so we're going to get you to check back for part 2 of this video when we actually do install the parts on the bike. So for the time being, we want to thank you for stopping by MacCustoms. I will leave a link in the description below for the second video. And we will catch you in the next one.